Video came out of Evgeny Kuznetsov of the Washington Capitals in a hotel room with an unfamiliar woman, as he says. A dollar bill, 2 lines of what appears to be cocaine. Can't confirm any of it. And he has denied that he's ever used drugs. He said he was just kind of in the room. This was last year. And we kind of all, I think the 4 junkies collectively kind of poo-pooed it. But should this be a bigger deal? And we can open this up to callers, 800-636-1067.
I think it's clearly a bigger deal if he's using whatever white substance, but you don't see him using it.
There's no video of him using.
But the fact that he's in the room with it it's slightly alarming.
Look, they had just won the cup. You know, like I said before, it's one thing if he's got powder all over his face. But if they're in a hotel room and they're just chilling and they're having cocktails and there's a few little, hussies in there, whatever. It's their life. That's how they chose to celebrate. Now, if he's doing the drugs, it's different.
But as soon as he saw it, like he's acting awfully cavalier about it, with it being 2 feet away from him.
I haven't actually clicked on it. I hate to click on it. Do you have it in front of you? No.
Have you ever been in a room where there's been cocaine?
Yes, 100%.
I never have.
In fact, I saw someone do it right in front of me.
I remember you telling the story.
Yeah.
He was a colleague of ours.
Yes, he was.
Don't be more specific than that.
That's all I'm going to say.
An old colleague.
Yes, years ago.
And it's not who you think.
And he offered it to me, and I said, nah, I'm going to back off.
He offered it to you.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
He definitely fit the stereotype,
yes,
by the way. Kuznetsov responded. He said, yes, I saw this video appear on the network. It was on a Russian media outlet. By the way, the Russians, I guess, won the bronze medal in the World Championships. And so he said, I do not always have something to do with what is happening next to me. I've never used drugs. I'm not going to get involved in this. If I have questions, I'm ready to undergo a medical examination at any time.
Right.
And then he went on to say that it was the summer of 2018 in Vegas when we won the Stanley Cup. By the past World Cup is all more irrelevant. I just went to my friends in the room. When I saw what was happening there, unfamiliar women, strange substances on the table, he called a friend and left there as soon as possible.
I'll believe him.
Yeah, I give him the benefit of the doubt until proven otherwise. The guys were partying like rock stars. God only knows who they were partying with.
Would you give him a pass if he just admitted, you know what, I did a little coke? I think I might give him a pass. He just won the Stanley Cup.
I don't think you can just give a guy a pass for that.
It's 2019. He did it in 2018. Let's just say he did it. Now, the unfamiliar women, by the way, that phrase, and some of it might be the translation, because this is a translation through Google that I'm reading.
Here's what I can give you a pass for.
He's married.
Right.
So he's got a throwing that in there saying, hey, I just showed up to a room. Unfamiliar women.
Look at some hot chick passed out on the bed.
But would you give him a pass?
Not for coke.
800-636-1067.
We're not the judges. It doesn't matter.
For weed, yes, he gets a pass. Because weed's so mainstream now.
But when you say he wouldn't give him a pass,
what does that mean?
What does that mean? You want to trade him because he was doing coke? Or?
I don't know about trading him because when he's on his game, he's silly.
Although you just can't count on the guy.
Really on his game that often. 2019 was a bit of a dud for Kuznetsov.
I mean, if he's found to be doing cocaine, he has to be suspended.
Here's the problem with these things. That dollar bill or whatever and those lines look in front of him. Do you know what I'm saying?
He's 1 foot away from his hand.
Like it looks like that little tray was like the way he just happened to sit in the worst spot.
He's very casual about it.
If he's innocent, he's sitting right in front of the blow, like where the guy that was doing the blow would be sitting.
Possibly.
Right?
He's in the hot seat.
He's in the hot seat.
Yeah.
Now, I'm taking him at his word because I have no reason to think otherwise, but he is sitting in the hot seat.
And it also strikes me that, now I don't know this, maybe that this is more routine than you think.
I think for some people it is.
He's acting awfully casual around.
I think for some people
not a big deal.
It probably is.
What would you do if you walked into this room, okay?
Yeah.
We've gone to Vegas.
We're grown-ass men.
We've gone, so is he. He's 26, 27 years old.
He's still a kid.
All right. We've been to Vegas several times.
Yeah.
And let's just say you walked into a room and there was that. You're saying he's awful casual. What would you do? You'd go, oh, my God. Would you
I don't think I would do that. But if there's Coke all over the place, I think I have to leave. I'm going to walk in. There's a mountain of Coke on the table.
It's not a mountain. It's
okay, a few lines of Coke and people just passing a rolled-up dollar bill around. I'm going to get out of here.
Well, I don't know if I would
Eventually,
leave.
but I think you'd be casual.
I don't know if I would leave, Cakes, but I'll tell you, I certainly wouldn't sit right next to it.
Right.
Jason, he's sitting right where he's sitting is where you do the blow.
That's what I mean. That's
No,
here's
I
what
mean,
I mean.
He's in the blow seat.
He's in the blow seat.
But he's looking at his phone.
No.
He is.
I'm going to vouch for him. I think he's sitting off. He's one off. He's like in the hijack
Cakes.
seat.
How can you say that? You're the only person that thinks that.
Because there's an
He
open
looks
spot
like he's
right
next
there.
man up.
Okay.
He could be next man up.
The dust is almost on his fingers. He's so close
He's
to it.
right
Look,
there.
I don't think he should be there. Clearly, he should leave
All right,
the
let
room.
me ask you this. Knowing where he is in the photo and
Yeah.
where the drugs are, do you believe that he did not do coke that night? Just because we don't know anything about him. He could lie all the time.
I mean, I believe it because I'm
Yeah, you're just a mark.
Homer Mark
You are a
Caps
Homer
fan.
Mark.
He's
And I
laughing when he
want to
says
believe
that.
it.
I have no idea
I'll
what to
believe
think.
him just because he said it. I don't know him from Adam.
Yeah, of course.
But,
Of course I don't know him.
But if he did it, I wouldn't be surprised either.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised either.
But do you care? 800-636-1067.
I really don't. He just
I
won
don't
the
care.
cup. He just won the cup.
Right.
Yeah, I would
I
kind of
also don't
care.
care.
I would
Now,
kind of care
here's the thing.
if one of the
Why
top
do
players on the
leagues-
team is doing coke. I would
Why
care.
do leagues suspend people if they were doing cocaine? Yes. For that, but ultimately, I don't care if you do coke on your own time at
Yeah.
home. I really don't care.
I care
Well,
Why?
if it affects your
because
play.
I think it's trifling. I have standards. I think if you do coke,
I'm
it's
more
trifling.
libertarian that way. Just let
Yeah.
people do their coke.
Right. What do you think the long-term effects of Cakes doing cocaine every day are?
Yeah,
I don't know.
You
He's
know
not
what I mean?
good.
I
Probably makes him funny during the show.
Here's what would happen. The long-term effects. I'd try to rob every one of you to buy more coke.
Yeah.
Like you guys
I'm
would
sorry.
walk
You
out
might
the
be on
studio.
fire with
Maybe,
that sound
maybe
machine.
if Kuzi was doing coke, he would have played better in the first round.
I know we live in a culture now where it just do whatever you want, nobody cares. I have standards. I think if you do coke, it's trifling. Sorry.
I agree, but I still would
So
let
I do
people
ca-
do it.
Oh, sure, but it would affect
Their
the
own
way I
personal
view. It would
choice.
affect the way I view
There's
you.
a lot of things that are trifling.
Okay, but it would affect the way I view you. It would affect whether I want you on my team. All of those things for me personally. But sorry.
If there's video of him in the room doing the coke or sitting in front of the coke, why isn't there video of him doing the coke?
Yeah, I don't know. Because maybe he didn't. Benefit of the doubt, he was just there with a gun. But he's hammered, right? Because those guys were drunk for a month.
Oh,
But
they're
he's
definitely
hammered out of his mind. But that's probably within 24 hours of winning the cup.
Yep.
And he's just hanging out, partying. And some other guys may be partying in a different way than he is. I'm going to give him the benefit of the
He
doubt.
also seems to imply like the video came out because the Russians just lost in this world championship. So maybe
and they're trying to slander
maybe
him.
there's some sort of bribery thing where they're putting this video out and saying, "Hey, Kuzi, we'll send out the video of you actually doing it unless you pay us."
That's what I
Could
mean.
be. I mean, it's total speculation.
All right, so here's it's kind of a two-part question. Do you think he did it, or do you believe him? And does it bother
just
you?
pure
even if he did?
speculation.
Of course.
Yeah.
And then if he did it, does it bother you as a Caps fan?
Okay, to answer your question, and you can chime in 800-636-1067. Do I believe he did it? Yes. And it doesn't bother me.
Do I
I'm probably with you on that one.
do I believe he did it? I have no idea.
I know I said I believed him when he said he didn't do it. I don't know why I would believe that he didn't do it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Really
My
interested
first
in it.
reaction is do it, but why are you sitting right next to it?
Well, I don't know. He's in the hot seat.
I don't know. I don't
I'm
have
going
an
to give him the
explanation for
benefit
it.
of the doubt for no reason. I'm just going to give him the benefit of the doubt. But if he did do it, it would bother me because I do think it's trifling.
Okay.
All right, but if
Sorry.
you had a gun to your head,
Yeah. And my
his
life was
question
on the
is,
line.
do you believe he did it?
If we put my life on the line, I'd say, of course he
Probably
started that.
Right.
He's put my life on the line.
Right.
This
But
is
I'm going
why-
to give him the benefit of the doubt as a human being.
This is why it doesn't bother me. It was after a cup victory. Now,
Right.
if it was after
a cup loss.
if it was after a Pens loss,
Plus,
Yeah.
it's in Vegas.
I would have a problem.
It's like right.
I would have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Hey, isn't it kind of nubs that he looks like he's doing it, or whoever's doing it has a $5 bill
Well,
rolled
what
up?
do you want me to do? Waste a $100 bill? I mean, come on.
Well, it's not wasting it, but it looks a little nubby, right?
Yeah,
At least a 20.
Cakes.
I want to believe he didn't do it, but I would be upset if he did.
What do you actually believe?
I don't think he did it.
Yeah.
But I'm not fully convinced.